Hello friends, it is Rob from eXplore and I'm back again with Humankind, and we were continuing to see what's going on. We're going to continue to build the Nubian Empire. And with that, we're going to probably get away from these guys again. There's more of these minor factions in this area than I prefer. Looks like there's a battle underway. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. So let's retreat, get away from these guys. I wanted to come down and meet who the orange people were. Did we already meet orange? We did meet orange. Okay. So that's fine. We can avoid them now. And maybe with this group we'll find out who the pink guys are. There we go. So we'll come through.
Be careful. Now that records will be kept, posterity will know what you said and did.
Oh, that little icon there is a little glitchy.
Be careful. Now that records will be kept, posterity
okay, we just did that.
will know what you
we just said that.
And did.
Of course, you have to remember this is a beta, so there's going to be some weird stuff like that. Alright, so we can build we can research the wheel, which I always like to do. Masonry would be pretty cool. We can force labor, which is going to allow us to rush some things. We can also gain influence on city center. We also have stoneworks. I think masonry is going to be the jam right there, so we're going to do that. And we're also going to consider, what we're going to do, we're going to bring these guys over here, because I see these horses. Horses are great. We're going to probably do an outpost over here. And maybe build a second city over this way. Get those horses, yeah. Wow, you really are just trying to kill me, aren't you? Everything's trying to kill this group. So let's try to take the high ground over here and see if that helps at all. It's unlikely to help enough, especially with two bears. Come on. That's unfair. Oh, the bear murdered me and I murdered the bear. So I feel like that was a victory. Alright, so here we go. Looks like we have a notification that I have not clicked on yet. Oh, we've gained an era star. Very good. So we are 3 in now. So what do we need next? We need to do some influence. We're going to need to continue to make some more money. So the pyramids are going to help with that. And then we might start maybe really focusing on that, because that's our affinity, right? So we've gained a population in Kerma. And another world deed has been completed. Wow. All right. Let's see about market quarter. So that actually is worth more than the pyramid, which I'm surprised by, because I thought the pyramid was a better economic buff. But we're gonna do the market quarter there, and we'll come up here, continue to come up here, and see who these people are.
So these are the zoo? With luck, they'll prefer thinking and meditating to unleashing their chariots.
All right, good. So the zoo don't want to kill me. that's good. All right, so we can consider again treaties and stuff like that, but we don't really have anything going on with them right now. So we just wanted to meet them and say hi. And with that, we'll move out of their area as to avoid doing what's called basically providing a grievance or a crisis. So if we're in their area with, if we butt up against them intentionally with our territories, or if we're bringing our armies into their territory, they won't like that, and so they'll be provided with a crisis that they can deal with in a variety of different ways. So animal magic: as the harvest season draws close, the common folk are worried. With many farms scattered across the empire, last year an infestation of rodents, largely rats and mice, plundered granaries. However, rumors have it that one enterprising village mitigated the problem with using cats. But you also know that sailors use a new kind of predator named a ferret. Which of them will you employ officially? We knew cats or ferrets. So cats are bigger and can't catch all the mice, but they are more resilient. Ferrets smaller, they'll be more efficient even if they are more fragile. So it modifies the social axis towards progress, and then modifies the social axis towards tradition. So we're going to look at that here in a second, but I'm going to go with progress because I like ferrets better. Sorry, cat lovers. So, all right, this is our empire stability, but also it shows us how our society basically leans, right? So in a lot of different ways, depending on which way you lean, you're going to be either, so like tradition here, if you have more tradition, you gain more influence. But if you are more progressive, then you gain more science. So, and then also here, if you're more authoritative, you're going to gain more of everything, really. Wait, no. So let me try this. Let me see what this is like. It looks like it actually, so for more liberty, you gain more on unadministered cities, but with the authority way, you're going to gain more on your capital. And then homeland, which is probably more like a patriotic thing, your settlements gain food and stability, and if you're more of a worldly person, then you're going to gain what appears to be more food on settlements. And then individualism, gain more money on settlements, and collectivism, you're going to gain more industry on settlements. So as you progress and you go through and you get a variety of different events, that's how they manifest in the game. So strangely enough, that's when you do that view, you can see a colored in territory like I was complaining about last time. So you can also see how our culture is maybe invading other territories surrounding us, even if we're not necessarily in that territory. So very good. All right, so we'll continue on. We'll order our armies to complete their turn. And then here we have this. So let's look to see where we can make the best city. So 10 food, 5 industry, 5 science, 10, 5, 2, 8, 8, 2, 7, 6, 3, 8, 6, 3. I think this one up here, 8, 8, 2 is probably our best. Though 10, 5, 2 is pretty good, especially with the food. I do like food. 10, 5, 2, 10, 8, 6, 3. That might be a little bit more balanced. And it's still pretty high food. But here we are right by the horses, so let's do that. Alright, so with that, we've gained another era star. Very good. So now we're at 4 out of the 7 we need. So we control 4 territories within our cities, which is great. We control 2 territories. Have 12 population is going to be our next. We've gained 4 technologies, so we have the scientist star, and we also have 7. We've destroyed a total value of 7 military units, which has gained us another one here too. So we're making our way through the era, which is great. If you can't tell, the era progression in Humankind is a bit faster than, say, like Civilization. And so you will make it through a lot of these much faster than you would in comparable games. So, I mean, the game goes by faster in general, which I'm okay with because I'm kind of tired of long, sloggy 4X games. And that can also be changed too. So if you are somebody who likes the long, sloggy 4X games, you can change the speed of research and everything. So you can have that. So don't let me discourage you if you really enjoy your 40-hour, 50-hour marathon games. Those just aren't for me. So, all right, we'll come through here. And I think we're going to make this its own city. Because I'd like to maybe take 1 or 2 of the territories over this way. And I don't think we're going to need fishing. We might want to do city defense with all of the minor factions that are running around. So we're going to probably build some walls up. And now this is already ready to go. So what we can do now is we can either relocate it or we can make it a city. And we're going to go ahead and make it a city. So that's going to require 25 industry. I thought for some reason it also required influence, but it does not. So we're going to go ahead and make it its own city. And with you, we're going to hit you back up on eXplore. All right, so we've gained just enough science from that. You claimed a territory that is adjacent to one of my attached territories. So They're demanding that I give them that outpost that I just built. So that's part of the crisis that occurred because they have a grievance of me having a territory right adjacent to one of their territories. I'm going to renounce that. There's no way.
I know what you have done, deceiver.
So much heat, so little light.
So, wait. Was that my grievance? That was my grievance. My apologies. So that was actually something I could be saying, and I should have. But they wouldn't have given it to me. There's no way. So I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, that was my grievance. I just didn't realize it was the other way around. Which is fine. So let's gain bronze working because we'll have the ability to take copper. And I really would like this, now that they're moving in on me like that, this and this territory for this particular city would be great. Especially since there is bronze right there. Or I'm sorry, copper. Alright, so here, let's go over here and move over here. Thank you for the gold. I'm digging it. And we'll keep getting the gold over there too. Alright, what do we have? We have additional 5 science, which is great. And it looks like we're having a battle. Okay, you want to fight? That's cool. We'll go ahead and place these guys in front of my archers. And that should work to my advantage. And you're going to go ahead and attack there. There we go. And we'll go ahead and leave these guys here so they can defend there. Wow, it won't even matter. The archers won't even need it. I can get down with that. So actually, let's move this so we can figure out. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so we've gained 10 additional science, which is great. So we're going to be making our way towards bronze working here even sooner than we thought. Aristar acquired. And we've gained more people there at Kerma, which is good. The civics point gain. Alright, so we now have a civics point, which is going to allow us... Alright, so ideologies, we now have the ability to place a point into our civics tree. So we're going to look at the civics here. So now we can choose between a variety of choices in our civics tree here. So founding myths, we have 2 different ways we could go about this, right? So we can either maybe look towards the progress side, or we can look back towards the traditional side. And with that, you're going to gain, you know, this one you're going to gain 5 faith per holy site, and here we're going to gain 5 influence on city center. I do want to gain enough to get some religion going.
If the gods hadn't chosen us,
and
somebody else would be standing here.
Alright, so legitimacy. I still have 1 more civics point available, so I'm going to go ahead and do this too as well. Applies status celebrating on new cities, which is going to gain us additional stability. And then we also have modify attach outpost cost by 20% or modify twinning citadel cost by 25%, negative 20%. That doesn't really... Yeah, I'm going to go with celebrating. It's weird. I'm usually a progressive person, and I'm going with all the traditional stuff.
That
we're gonna go with that.
seems to leave a lot of interpretation of right and wrong. Not to mention yours and mine.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so looks like somebody has to talk to us, so let's go and do it. But wait, by what right do we rule? Alright, so we just did that.
This arrangement would see both our empires prosper.
You know what, I'm going to go ahead and accept this.
This is an interesting offer that you make.
Well, accept the non-aggression pact. So that's going to be... we're not really interested in fighting right yet. It may be what we go with our next era, depending on which culture we choose. But right now, we are a merchant culture, so we're going to avoid that. Like the plague. Alright, so we're just... How many turns? Just 1 more turn away from making this a city. See, you can see little people running around doing their thing. And it sounded like horses. Yeah, we've got horses, right? We should have horses. I don't see any. Oh, there we are. We got some horses and some wolves. Horses and wolves, that's never a good thing for the horses. And then over here we can look to see how our city's progressing. Our city center's got people walking around in it. Very good stuff. Alright. And with that, let's go ahead and take domestication since we have the horses now. Alright, domestication research. That was quick. Thank you. And with that, we'll do horsemanship and get the scout riders, which is great. And we've gained some gold, which is great too. Just doing great stuff all around. Alright, so with you, let's look to see. So we are stagnant with our food, so we're going to go ahead and build a farmer's quarter just to get that going. Alright, even though we had a lot of food coming in from this place. Lord. So, ooh, look at that. 7 food. We'll take that. Extractor construction. You have an unexploited deposit. Yeah, I know. The horses. Okay, so right-click on the extractor. What did it say? Right-click on the extractor. Oh, that would be our extractor right here. So let's go ahead and build the horse extractor, whatever it was called. The horse ranch. There we go. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's not a horse extractor. It's a ranch. Way less ridiculous sounding. Looks like we're almost there. We've got 6 now out of 7 stars. And we're very close to maybe even possibly getting the 7th, which will make it the money one. So our cities are looking nice. Look at this. We've got nice little bustling cities. And these guys, for some reason, think that they can just walk around in our spot. Not a big fan of that. So we're going to come over here and try to take them out if we can. Alright, so what are we building in Kerma? We're not building anything in Kerma, so we're going to do something about that. And we'll build a lumber yard because we need some increase in industry. We need to be able to build things a little bit faster. And then we might look to see what we want to do after that. Alright, so fate of the free cities. The world as it ever was is dividing into rulers and the ruled. Great sprawling empires and proud independent cities. Your struggle is with other empires, but you should not forget the part these free cities can play. So I wonder what... Yeah, so we have independence people modify our higher army cost by negative 20% or modify assimilate cost by negative 20%. It looks like I'm going to go traditional again, but I can't yet because I don't have any civic points, so that's fine. I'm clearly a traditionalist, which is weird because that's never been me. But, alright, it must be at some level, right? So we'll come over here and we're going to build a house scout. Oh, we can't do that. Yep, we haven't actually built the horse extractor yet. So let's go ahead and build the horse extractor real quick. There we go. So now that we have the horse extractor, we can build... Oh, looks like we need more people over here, but we can do that over here, right? So we'll be able to build the horse after we have the horse extractor, and we'll go ahead and rush it since we have the ability to do so. And we'll hit auto explore and watch my horses run around and find stuff. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. Nope. Nope. Alright. That was dumb of me, but that's fine. You know what we're going to do? Actually, we're going to come down here and try to get this territory before the Hittites do. Because if they do, then I'm going to be mad. And I might declare war. So who knows? Maybe you're rooting for them to get it. So the empire is mired in tradition and beholden to the past, but no city is more unenlightened than the metropolis of Kerma. And the superstitious place where hearsay and myths run wild, farmyard animals are now being put on trial for crimes. After a herd of cattle were sentenced to be burnt on a pyre for conspiring against the empire, one wealthy landowner has had enough. Now he petitions you to intervene. What is your stance on the judgment? I'm with you, man. We can't go too crazy, right? Concur. We draw great strength from our religious traditions. The customs of Kerma will be respected. So fanatical on Kerma. Sorry about that, guys. It seems that my recording software decided to stop recording for no apparent reason whatsoever. So with that being said, we're back here looking at concur, overturn, or scorch, and I'm going to make the decision to go fanatical because it's just not who I am at all. So we're doing it. And then with our next research, I'm going to go ahead and choose roads and wheel just to get the roads going. So with that, let's move our... So yeah, let's see what we've got here. So we have the horses, right? Let's move the horses up. Let's go ahead and finish that up. There we go. You know, the horse strategic excavator, whatever it's called, the ranches, yeah, those things. So with that, we're going to build one here, and we're going to rush that as well. So we can get the horse scouts this way, grab this, and then what I want to do is take this territory down here. So let's do that. Alright. Alright, so we're just going to play a couple more turns, and then we're going to finish this episode, because I'm having some weird issues with my recording software, and I'm afraid to go too much farther, because it seems to not like turn 35, and then it screws everything up. So I'm going to reboot everything after turn 35. So looks like we've collected a couple curiosities, which is great. Let's go ahead and find out what's down here. That's awesome. Looks like we're going to fight. I was not trying to, but they want to, so we'll go ahead and try to see if we can take them on with the high ground. The high ground and horses. The mobility of the horses should put us at a pretty big advantage. Looks like it may work out for us there. Yep, we might be able to take these guys out. Despite the fact that they actually had higher strength, it does not matter because we took the high ground and we have the mobility of the horses. So we're going to take... let's see what's going on here. 8, 13, and 2. Lord. 13, 7, 3, and 2. That's really good too, but that's amazing. Wow. I think I'm going to go here. That's a great spot. And I'm going to add it to Kawa here. So, alright, a grievance has been forgiven. Yeah, because we did our own thing too. So, we didn't really like that they did it to us, but now we've turned around and did it to them. So, things are forgiven. We can go ahead and buy this out. We're going to buy it out with money. And then, nope, that's not what I meant to do. We're going to connect it. So, outpost, we're going to attach this. And boom. Boom shakalaka. Alright, so we have... We're going to go ahead and build... one of... No, you know, we're not going to worry about that just yet. We're going to go ahead and get a little bit more food going here. Unless, yeah, we're still at stagnation, so let's go ahead and get some more food going. Looks like this is a great place to do it. And before I hit end turn, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode, and we'll come back. I'm going to fix my recording software, see why it is that it's doing what it is. And then I'll get episode 3 in. So, hey, thanks for watching so far. This has been a lot of fun for me. I'm hoping you're enjoying it too. And like I said, if you have not already done so and you want to play this, you can on Stadia. And all it requires is a Google account, which is free. Everything about it is free, so check it out. And until then, this is Rob from eXplore. I hope you're enjoying this. Until next time, keep exploring.